breaking news, you might say heartbreaking news. A heartbreaking day in Florida, and sadly an all too familiar one. 17 people are now confirmed dead. We know at least 3 people still in critical condition after police say that a shooter, believed to be just 19 years old, opened fire at his former high school.
Hey guys, so as you saw from the intro to this video, it's not going to be a regular video where I'm cracking jokes, because I debated this in my head. Should I make this? Is there a funny way to address this? And to be honest, the answer is no. Last Wednesday, almost a week ago, on Valentine's Day, on Ash Wednesday, on the beginning of Lent, a monster whose name I will not say decided to go into a school in Parkland, Florida, and shoot at students and teachers and killed 17 people. And those 17 people were the ones that you saw in the beginning of the video. This one really hit me hard.
This one really hit me hard.
We're hearing the stories of these kids who were for no reason killed, and some of them were going off to college. They had plans. They were beginning their life. I know what Second Amendment people are going to say, that we're politicizing these kids' deaths. And yes, and the reason is because this can be avoided. There is no reason why kids should be scared to go to school, or why parents should be worried when they drop their kids off at school if they're gonna die, if they're gonna get shot. That's just not okay. This is the only country this happens to.
This is the only developed country where this keeps happening.
I know that everyone by now has heard that Australia had some mass shootings in 10 years, and in 1996 they had one of their biggest mass shootings. After that mass shooting, they passed stricter gun laws, and they haven't had a mass shooting since. And they haven't had a mass shooting since.
And they haven't had a mass shooting since.
If it works over there, why cannot not work over here? I get it that we have this stupid ass Second Amendment that says that anyone has the right to bear arms, but no one needs a machine gun. And why is an 18-year-old kid so easily able to buy a gun? Why is it that we have to wait till we're 19 to buy cigarettes, 21 to buy alcohol, and 25 to get our own car insurance, because we're not mentally mature enough, to get those things until those ages. But at 18, we can definitely buy a machine gun. And let me just say that you have to be 21 years old to buy a handgun. So you can't buy a handgun until you're 21, but you can buy a whole damn machine gun when you're 18. What kind of backwards ass sense does that make? Yes, we can be sad and we can mourn, but we can also act. The two are not mutually exclusive. So we can do one and the other. We have to act. We have to make our voices heard. Call your senators, call your representatives, tell them that you need to act. And if they're not acting, then come November, you need to vote them out. Do your research. Who is getting money from the NRA? Who is stopping all this gun legislation? Vote them out. Paul Ryan, vote them out. It's still February. So it is still Black History Month, and as promised, we are going to honor and celebrate another Black woman who has contributed a lot to society. This week we're going to celebrate Hattie McDaniel, and she was the first Black woman to receive an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in a Movie. Hattie McDaniel is not only the first African-American woman to win an Oscar in 1940 for her supporting role as Mammy in Gone with the Wind, she is actually the first African-American in general to win an Oscar. Actress Hattie McDaniel was born on June 10, 1893 in Wichita, Kansas. She was her parents' 13th child. Her father, Henry McDaniel, was a Civil War veteran. Her mother, Susan Hobart, was a domestic worker. In 1901, McDaniel and her family moved to Denver, Colorado. There, she attended the 24th Street Elementary School, where she was one of only 2 black students. She attended East River High School, and it was there that McDaniel started professionally singing, dancing, and performing skits. By the mid-1920s, she became one of the first African American women to perform on radio. In 1934, she landed her first on-screen break in the film Judge Priest.
He needs a toddy this night. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
In 1939, McDaniel was widely seen in a film that would mark the highlight of her entertainment career. As Mammy, the house servant of Scarlett O'Hara in the movie Gone with the Wind, McDaniel earned the 1940 award for Best Supporting Actress. Yet all of the film's black actors, including McDaniel, were barred from attending the film's premiere in 1939.
You don't care what folks says about this family, I does. I has told you and told you that you can always tell a lady but the way that she eat in front of folks like a bird. And I ain't aiming for you to go to Mr. John Wilkins's and eat like a field hand and gobble like a hog.
The Academy Award for the Best Performance of an Actress in Supporting Roles during 1939 to Hattie McDaniel.
Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science, fellow members of the motion picture industry, and honored guests. This is one of the happiest moments of my life.
In 1947, after a career downturn, she began starting on CBS's radio show, The Beulah Show. McDaniel died on October 26, 1952 in Los Angeles, California. Hattie McDaniel is seen as an influencer in African American performing arts. Thank you, Miss Hattie McDaniel.
Where'd you get that gold brooch?
You mean this scrumptious piece of jewelry?
Yeah, where'd you get it?
Just give it to me.
Who gave it to you?
Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and come back next week for more here on That's Juan. I'm Juan and I'll see you guys next week.